Have you ever had like a big goal in your life, something that you've put your heart into, whether it's in business, in your personal life, a change that you want to make, whatever, just something big for you. And as you're just about to get there, it's like the universe conspires against you instead of for you. And I know it's really tempting for us to do that, right? We try to imagine and fear the future based on the disappointments and the experiences that we've had before. But the truth is that the future is a blank page. There is nothing that says what can actually be at play to create the future that we want. Nothing. Any supposition or thing that we think should be done are only based on either our past or somebody else's past. And we really have to be careful to let that drown us when we have a desire, a project, something that we believe in, pour our heart in, and that we are about to offer to the world or offer to ourselves. Hey, beautiful. How are you doing today? So today I want to talk about something about the universe and God and how, how we hear that when you really want something with all your heart, that the universe conspires to make things happen. Well, I've got some thoughts on that. As some of you know, I have been working on a book. It's actually a book that I've been working on for 13 years, believe it or not. I mean, very intensely the last 10 months, it's all I've been doing, but it's still a project that has been ongoing on my mind, in my faith, in my heart for 13 years. That's crazy. One thing I want to say about my book is that I have finally set a date for its release. It's going to be Sunday, September 15th. And pretty soon I'm going to announce because I'm going to make a sneak peek into it available in a couple different ways. And once this is ready, I will let you know. I am also going to try to set up a pre-sales period so that you can all go and grab your copy so that you're sure to get it the time it comes out. So back to the fact that I'm not quite there yet and what's been happening of late. Something interesting that I'm not exactly thrilled with. Have you ever had like a big goal in your life, something that you've put your heart into, whether it's in business, in your personal life, a change that you want to make, whatever, just something big for you. And as you're just about to get there, it's like the universe conspires against you instead of for you. Have you experienced that? Everything just seems to kind of fall apart. The obstacles are growing bigger, the letdowns are deeper, and the challenges are just like hard to face and a little bit discouraging. It's not fun, but it is still interesting. Here's a few ways of how it's been showing up. And just a few because there are so many others. A little while ago, I contacted a book launch company because I wanted to know if I could get some help, if I could afford it, what they had to offer. So there was a free consult where you presented your thing and they talked to you. Well, what came through in that consult was, well, maybe you shouldn't launch your book. Maybe you're not ready. Maybe you should just, focus on your YouTube, and one day when you have more subscribers, maybe then you can do a book. Maybe you don't even need to launch your book. And by the way, if you do it the way you're doing it now, it's just not gonna work. Like, don't fool yourself. You're not gonna get any sales. It's gonna be lost in the 1 billion books on Amazon. And you should never think that a book is actually going to bring anything to your life. And it just went on and on. The person recognized my French accent and actually presumed that I didn't know how to write, which is completely untrue. I've been writing for a long time and I write much better than I speak. I hung up the phone And I was like, holy. I also joined an alliance for indie publishers, and I started asking questions, and all the answers I got was, well, you know, a book is never going to bring you what you think. You know, you'll never make money in a book. You know, you're not going to have sales, right? So whatever price you want to put, it really doesn't matter because it's just not going to happen. You're publishing your book for yourself. It's not really something that others are going to benefit from. Another platform that I joined for writers, same thing. Holy moly. I have been like living this book for this long. I know it is ready. And as I'm getting closer and looking for some support, all I'm getting is like, you're kind of fooling yourself, girl. You really shouldn't have any expectations. So what is the reaction to that? Well, like I said, of course, each time it just sent me in a spiral of doubt and discouragement. I lost faith in my book for a few days, like I haven't in the past 13 years, which is absolutely crazy. So phase one, discouragement, spiral down. Oh my God, I've been fooling myself. This is never going to work. 2, anger, being pissed. Like, who do they think they are to know what the future of my book is? They don't know me. They don't know the divine force that animates me. They don't know the power of what's in my book and who it is meant to reach. And for the people who I talk to, and all of them actually, it's like, you haven't even looked at my book. You haven't read a passage. You know nothing about it. And yet you are allowing to make comments that is going to discourage somebody. And somebody made an interesting comment about this. It's like all these people, they are doing it from experience, what they have seen in the past. And I know it's really tempting for us to do that, right? We try to imagine and fear the future based on the disappointments and the experiences that we've had before. But the truth is that the future is a blank page, not in my case, but you know, it's a blank page. There is nothing that says what can actually be at play to create the future that we want. Nothing. Any supposition or thing that we think should be done are only based on either our past or somebody else's past. And we really have to be careful to let that drown us when we have a desire, a project, something that we believe in, pour our heart in, and that we are about to offer to the world or offer to ourselves. The third reaction is I want to prove them wrong. I mean, my ego has beautiful scenarios of saying, see what you passed on. You really should have grabbed this opportunity when it was being offered to you. I want to prove all these deniers wrong. And yes, it's my ego, but I'm human. And as humans, we have an ego built in, so we can do this. So, third reaction, I'm going to prove you wrong. Just watch and see. Sorry for the interruption. I always forget to include it in my discussion. If you are enjoying this video and other videos that I make, and it is changing something in your life, please share it with other people that you think could get something out of it. We all need to support each other. And when we find something of value, I think that we should share it because everybody needs every positive boost that we can find. So please share. Thanks. But the most important, number 4, when all this just calms down and we go back to our center and our core, what do we connect with? It's our knowing. Did we pour our heart into something from a knowing that this is what we were meant to do, what we were called to do, what we were pulled to do, what we were divinely told to do? And if that is, then we have to stay in that energy, that frequency, and just kind of push out all the other noise that is trying to distract us from staying connected with our knowing. Mostly since this morning, I had a great morning with a lot of thinking and decreeing and declaring to myself and to the world and the universe and God, like, this is my knowing and I'm moving forth, and it's enough of letting these things from the outside coming to distract me and make me doubt myself. And you know, besides the idea that people are doing things to interfere, I feel like, and that's where I want to know about your experience, that thing that when we're on the threshold of something big and new in our life, that there seems to be that energy that brings more challenges, that make us face more resistances, more doubters, like computers will crash and money will vanish and friends will tell you don't do this anymore, or whatever it is. There seems to be an energy that makes this happen. I would love for you to tell me in the comments if you've ever noticed that in your life. And my sense, if we give a personality, instead of talking about energy and frequency, we give a personality to God or the universe or to life, I think it is testing our resolve in a good way, in the way of saying, are you sure this is what you want? And by pushing more obstacles in our way, it is building up our determination and our certainty of claiming, like, are you sure this is what you want? Heck yes. Are you sure you believe in this? Yes, I do. I absolutely do. And once we reach that place of stopping to kind of just waver in our faith and in our belief and in our knowing, maybe, just maybe, once we get to that place where the universe tests us and we keep saying yes, 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 maybe that's actually when things happen and we get to cross that threshold, to jump over that last obstacle, to dissolve whatever is in the way. And it happens. This is what I am choosing to believe right now, and what I'm choosing to live and embody. And I'm going to make an effort. I don't like the words effort and have to, but I'm trying to find a way to say it. I'm going to be very present to this idea. I've put an alarm on my phone every hour telling me, get to that feeling, get back to that feeling, get back to that feeling of knowing and of saying yes, and just allowing the next steps to be shown to you and to continue in the actions that are aligned with your absolute certainty. So my message is this: maybe giving birth to something new in our life is actually like giving birth. There's going to be pain and it's going to be like wanting to give up for a while. But let's not. Giving birth, creating life is a big deal. So when we create a new project, we are actually birthing something, and there will be labor pains, and we can either fight them and let them take us down, or just say no. I'm not going to fight. It's not pleasant. I'm going to experience it, but I'm going to see this through for that thing that will come to life and be part of my life after, for the rest of my life. Okay, this was not very poetic, but you get the idea. My message: don't give up. You have something that you have in your heart that you believe in. Don't give up. Just keep stepping. Know that you will be challenged, that obstacles will be thrown in your way, that naysayers will show up, and that your faith will be tested and you will be asked to strengthen your resolve. And it's part of the process. So don't give up. Keep going. I'm not giving up. Let's not give up. We're going to do this. It's going to work out. We are meant to. When we have a heartfelt desire, it is meant for us. It is meant for us. Let's do this.